intersection of the platform fighter world that I really wanted to see take fire, you know? This is the game. But I mean, hey, I'm biased. I love Rivals 2. This game's awesome. We're popping in to our first game of Ravenking versus Bucketfullabiscuits. Not Bucketfullaboats. And here it is, right? That Wrastor advantage state that we were talking about before, that we had seen before as well. Staying in your face, Absa just cannot disengage in a reasonable amount of time.
And that's probably one of the reasons you see us starting off here on a triplat, right? Just more places to land. And you don't really care about the vertical stage space because you're going to be defending Wrastor or defensively anyways and trying to catch those approaches. And it doesn't matter how big it is because the more space they have, the more slipstream timing mix-ups they can throw.
That's right. That's right. And it seems like Absa's advantage state doesn't get to stick around for too long either because Wrastor's got the same floatiness. But while Wrastor's able to utilize that floatiness and stay in Absa's face, Absa can't seem to really link the stronger confirms.
And remember that Wrastor, like not really as much of like a super floaty double jump cancel character that Absa is, but has those multiple jumps, right? This character that's really designed around that air combat, and so it's kind of designed to be able to shark you forever. Exactly the thing that exploits Absa.
And it's been working out very, very well for Ravenking so far. Looking for that up strong read. We're going to have a landing back here from Biscuits instead. Air dodge wall jump. We have that neutral B to make it back. What's the punish? Could be down strong. Going to go the other way around though. Biscuits not able to pick up the stock just yet. Now we're popping clouds on Ravencling Ritual.
Yeah, as Absa continues to try to defend her monastery, the Air Armada with Wrastor has come in full and swinging, my friend. These clouds have just put up so much pressure, but they just haven't been able to find their mark. Ravenking, it feels like it's been so hard to hit, and it's been so hard for Bucketfullabiscuits to just slow down the pace of the game and really stuff out or make Ravenking second-guess any of these approaches at all.
That's right, and then it's right back to Biscuits being in disadvantage here. Ravenking looking for that perfect sharking opportunity. Here it is. Absa burns the double jump. The up air is going to whiff, and then she just kind of has to return to center stage. Wrastor's got so many extra jumps that he could just stay in it. Here we go. Is that forward air? Almost going to take the stock.
Yeah, there's no kill flash, so it's not going to come out just yet. And okay, I like the stall to mix up your momentum. Just drop like a rock weight back down to stage. Trying to do it again. Double zap. Wrastor not going to be in the position to cover it. Now Slipstream not online, but you're going to find the hit. So there it comes. Now he's sped up, but it's going to not last long enough. So the overextension giving you a chance to get down. Still not able to find it. Not able to get away. It's back online again. There's no escaping this gusting bird.
Yep, and it's nair after nair, forward after forward. None of the kill confirms managed to hit, but that doesn't mean that Biscuits has been at a disadvantage the entire time. And eventually, as the percent continues to rack up, I think we got up to 160 right there. Finally, I think Nair 2 is going to end up taking it. It becomes a war of attrition at that point, right? If Wrastor is not going to be overextending fishing for kill confirms, he is still winning a majority of these interactions.
Yep. And I want to point out, too, like 160, living to 160, a lot less of an advantage when your opponent also living to 160 there, 166. Wrastor finally losing the first stock. A lot of work left to do in this game for Bucketfullabiscuits, as now putting you in the blender, but not able to find the continued juggle. Ravenking still trying to put the pressure on. Bucket just trying to get away and find a reversal, but not going to do it just yet.
Yep, utilizing these platforms is, all being wonderful tech chase opportunities. I think Ravenking has been really capitalizing off them as best as he can, but now we're into another fair streak. It's a reverse up special off that slipstream, and Ravenking convincingly takes that first game.
Yeah, the fair
this matchup looks hard. It looks really
As
hard.
I said, like again, it's the floaty matchup versus the swordy matchup in a way, right? Like Wrastor's wing is a sword a lot of the time. That up special, very reminiscent if you look back at things like Marth versus floaties in a game like Melee and things, right? Like fair.
Yeah, even the fair, right?
Right? Like not quite a combo like that, but very reminiscent in some ways in terms of how the
controlling
spacing.
space, right? And in terms of the combo
and you've got those
potential.
big arcing hitboxes. They're not really disjointed, but you've got these big arcing hitboxes against a character that's super floaty with moves that all very strong, right? There's a commitment to them. And so Wrastor just gets to mix you, force you to commit, and then whiff punish you on landing, and you're just floating up there.
He just stays slapping you for real. Oh, now we're getting some floor hugs off on those forward tilts, and this time, Biscuit gets a little tired of that and is now just smashing out these down strongs. Ravenking already at 64%.
Yeah, I don't know if you notice, if you floor hug into that down strong, right? Just like Peach Melee down smash, all those multi-hits, you get hit by all of them. It can be a lot of
rack
damage.
Up. Yeah, I love that kind of immediate counterplay. Be like, oh, you're floor hugging that forward tilt? Hold this down strong. You love percents, but in the meantime, Ravenking decided to keep a little more distance and just rack up percent, a more consistent, instead of just I have to run in ways. Okay, but the cloud placement here has been doing wonders. Slipstream down tilt up air.
I'm glad you brought up that cloud placement too, because look at what's contributing to it. We're here on this counter pick here at Fire Capital, where there's just so much more space, right? Like these blast zones, the on-stage space, there's not really the room for Wrastor, no matter how fast you are, to cover all of these landing options for Absa. So you're able to maybe start to find some routes down again. There's a very good counter pick to give yourself the interactions, and that's what we're seeing now with Bucketfullabiscuits answering back with the first stock.
Definitely, yeah. It's a fun little kind of neat follow-up to the cloud placement as well. Almost feels like you're closing out like flight routes, you know?
Yes, exactly.
Right, this area is no longer, you're not permitted to land here, Mr. Wrastor. Please go redirect yourself somewhere else. I love to see that kind of weave between the platforms, because that puts you in an awkward spot. Am I getting anti-aired on platform landings? Because I can't quite land on the ground here. This is going to be a little bit iffy. I like it. I really like the back and forth here, but Ravenking able to neutralize things pretty quickly, bring us down to 2 stocks apiece, relatively even percent here. Slipstream down throw. Tech chase gets the forward tilt knock up, but jab 1, 2, 3 doesn't quite commit.
Yeah, rolled a ledge there, though, very good. It gets a little bit scary, but, gets you out of the situation. Much lower punish, especially with the platform positioning there for Wrastor. So now Absa able to push it back in turn. This is right where she wants you, where she can get that bolt off the cloud. Doesn't find its mark just yet. Gonna keep on zapping and just finding some chip pressure. Play some defensive gameplay. Don't let Wrastor in, because once he is, that's gonna be big damage, and now you're struggling to come right back down again.
Yeah, this is the sharking gameplay we've all been waiting for. Oh, okay. We're actually able to see Biscuits able to turn this time, approaching with the Nair, get that fair to fall up as well. Nice sweet spot. Cloud placement to almost catch them off stage. Neutral beat to make it on. Here we go. Rising fair. It's right back to Ravenking's turn. It's another slipstream. Down tilt's going to send you far away. Forward strong doesn't quite connect here. Ritual. They are both looking for their kill options.
Yes, they are. 102. You're seeing Absa. So many abilities here to throw out cloud. Just find some pressure. Take some stage control. Gonna find that F strong. Looking for the cloud to shark it out. Doesn't find its mark. F tilt again. Looking for the forward air, but again, just missing the sweet spot. Yeah.
There it is. Yeah, rising fair. Slipstream. Back throw. That's got that double jump. We're run right back to the ground with a down tilt to pop things up. Looking for that strong here for Ravenking. It's a reverse. Forward strong instead. Biscuits is still alive, but maybe not for much longer.
Okay, the air dodge away. Very smart discipline, recognizing that Wrastor had already committed to the jump, right? And that air drift per jump, not as good as some of the other characters, as much as he can still move around quite a lot. Doesn't quite have the space to keep up with Absa when she commits. So now that these lightning bolts, as you said, starting to delay this flight a little bit more, Ravenking finds a way to clear the weather.
Is that slipstream into forward strong right there? Okay, we have a landing come right back here. Biscuits gonna throw a strong attack of their own. But wow. Slipstream forward strong is crazy here.
Dude, Slipstream has been so good for Ravenking throughout this set. I mean, it is one of Wrastor's best tools, one of the hardest tools to balance even in all of Rivals for a reason. And that's been the case now for 2 games, but right now Ravenking trying to keep this the case for 2 games as he tries to prevent a game 3 scenario. Bucket, though, not one to go down without a fight, trying to get tricky, gets the edge cancel there, and now the pressure continuing on the dash dance, keeping you in the corner, but not able to keep it going.
Yep, Ravenking, oh my goodness, after reset, looking for a double jump into some sort of landing dare to keep the pressure going. We're going to have a get-up attack from Biscuits to try to neutralize the threat a little bit. We had Biscuits advantage for a bit. We have these down tilts coming right back out from Ravenking to turn things around as fast as possible. Back to center stage here. Jab, forward tilt. Oh my goodness, Ritual. How's it going to end?
Yeah, looking for a double jump cancel, trying to maybe find a jab pressure. Looking for a fair. Gonna find the reel into the up air, trying to get it. Not quite just yet, but if you can find your way back to stage where there's a will, there's a way. The stall, the mix-up, getting the bait from Ravenking. The momentum feels like it's in Ravenking's favor just because of the stage positioning, but it feels like Buckets is the one making Ravenking played scared.
Oh my goodness. So we have the cloud movement for that long, but I feel like with that much focus on the cloud, Ravenking had enough time to simply pop the clap. And a bucket full of biscuits will have to go down to loser side as Ravenking takes a 2-0.
But it was what a valiant effort. I liked the cloud idea too. You saw it really did mix Ravenking for a second. But you just held it too long to the point that Ravenking reacted, said, oh no, what do I do? If you released it right then, you still probably would have had some pressure and been able to reset. But you held it a little longer trying to catch the follow-up, and then you caught yourself in end lag where you get punished for it. And that's just
to hold it.
That's just how it goes sometimes, right?
That is,
but really good stuff from both Bucketfullabiscuits and from Ravenking.
Yeah, I'm realizing I actually really enjoy watching the intricacies of this match.
Yes.
This is actually a lot of fun. Where it almost feels like you go past the layers of aerial mobility and past like the amount of stage control they can just kind of automatically give themselves. It almost feels like a zoner versus rushdown. right?
Yeah.
But it's just layered upon with all of their unique mechanics and mix-ups, right? You're talking about the sortie ideas here. We're always talking about things like the double jump and the several jumps that Wrastor has, the great sharking potential. Absa's kind of limited mobility in the sense where it's all in one burst, and Wrastor can follow up on it really easily, really good at sharking. Absa that being one of their strongest weaknesses. It's fun to see the layers here. Ultimately, it does really seem like the Wrastor seems to do pretty well in this matchup, but it's still fun to see kind of Absa having to work around that and see what we can do. What are the times that feels good to scrap? How am I going to challenge things like Wrastor's aerials?
And
there's so many questions and so many things to be thinking about.
I think as well, too, right? There's so much that can come from the development of the meta as things like double jump cancels, as more of Absa's advanced tech gets, regularly implemented. People get more comfortable with this character. Again, she hasn't been out very long, and while she's, got some stuff from Rivals 1, she's also got some new stuff. So as people start to, feel out this character, who's definitely one of the more advanced characters, one of the more complex characters in terms of their kit in Rivals 2, right now, I think we'll start to see some of that gap close. But as you said, I think, and as we said throughout the set, I think those floaty and just